hello, everyone. Thank you for my damn person back there. Anywho, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for If Loving You Was Wrong. This is season 3, episode 4, and you know I'm always moving the dang on camera when I first start out because I don't even pay that much attention. You know, let me say this too. For all y'all people who be commenting on my videos, talking about me smacking my lips, get over it, okay? When my mouth is dry, I smack my lips. Sometimes I just smack my lips because that's just what I do. If it annoys you, you can click to the next video. But, you know, I've had a couple of people, you know, 1 or 2 a week that be like, oh my God, you keep smacking your lips, get on my nerve. Well then, please, by all means, move on, okay? Because it's going to happen sometimes, okay? See, I couldn't even do it that time, so it's not on purpose. Just sometimes when I talk, I smack what I'm thinking. Anywho, so, I just did it right here. This episode of If Loving You Was Wrong, it wasn't horrible. I can say it wasn't horrible. I can say the same people are getting on my goddamn nerves. I need them to hurry up and murder Randall. I don't see why Randall is still on the show. I don't. It's just so aggravating. I'm loving the new fresh air of Ian, who's on the show now. And, you know, but, you know, the episode picks up right where the last one left off with Natalie coming to the house because Randall didn't text her to tell her that Lucian was at the house with Alex. And Natalie ass is really outside listening to Randall and letting Randall get her all riled up. My thing is, first of all, Randall wouldn't even have my number, okay? Randall's number would be blocked from my phone. Randall wouldn't even be able to get through to my phone to tell me anything. Because, again, everyone knows Randall is crazy and he's a shit starter, so I don't get why Natalie even fit into him texting her. You know, then when she get there and she's looking in the window, you know, she did see Alex hugging Lucian. But she was really, I mean, sitting there getting upset. And I'm like, Natalie, you too smart to be that dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, you usually is the one who, like, have a little bit of sense here and there. You know what I'm saying? But she was really feeding into the bullshit that is Randall. And when she's like, just shut up, Randall. Go home. And I'm like, but you listening to anyone who texts you that late at night and you know this person is an idiot and they like, your man down here was so-and-so, you know they up to no good. You know they trying to get a rise out of you, so why don't you even feed into it? However, you know, when Lucian comes out, she at the door looking like, what you doing here? He like, hey, Natalie. Now, my thing is, when someone gets caught, they have a certain look to them. I've seen people be caught cheating, and I've been caught cheating once before in my life. And it's a look you have on your face like, oh, shit, how am I gonna finesse this and not make it look like what it look like? When they open the door, both Lucian and Alex both look like, hey, what you doing here? Not like, oh, man, we caught. Like why are you standing outside this apartment, you know, my house at whatever time of night it is? And she tries to lunge at Alex. And Lucian like, what the hell is going on out here? And you got Randall on the sideline with the ghetto female commentary. I don't know what made... I mean, he was like, girl. Yeah, you know, get him, girl. Get him, girl. I'm like, Randall, you went from being a crazy stalker man, and now you a ghetto hood chick. It was just too much for me to deal with. And, you know, she just keeps acting like, you know, what are you doing here? What don't say that. Shut up, Alex. And she's like, I ain't gonna know when you tell me what you're doing here. He like, are we really doing this? He like, ain't that, are y'all sleeping together? I'm like, it was a full-blown mess. And the whole time, you know, Alex is telling Randall to shut up because Randall keeps saying little, and he's in full ghetto girl mode. You know what I'm saying? Girl, yeah. I can't believe that. He had to come see his hoe first. He had to come see his hoe before he went to see you, because she like, why you haven't even came home yet? What'd you come here for? And he was like, man, she called me to handle Randall, but you gonna come here first? Yeah, you know he gotta come see his hoe first. It was just a full-blown bullshit mess, and it was kind of making me mad. And you know, Lucian was trying to get her away from the house, and no, I ain't going nowhere. First of all, You gonna really act like that? And why don't nobody hear y'all? Like, how did no one even hear Randall's music, and now no one hears Natalie outside screaming in the middle of the night? My thing is, and you in a nice neighborhood, your neighbors is nosy. Why is it that when everything happened, don't nobody hear nothing? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Like, ain't nobody peeking out the windows like, what's going on out here? And Natalie, you ain't in the hood no more. You can't be just out there doing all kind of crazy, foolish stuff. So, Alex goes in the house, Randall walks away or whatever. Because Lucian kept saying, go in the house, Randall. Go away, Randall. You can't make me go in the house. Come make me. I'm like, Randall, it was funny. It was funny. But I still don't like you, okay? So, Lucian was able to get Natalie away from the house. And now they're having a conversation. And Lucian, he had to literally drag Natalie away from Alex's house. Because she want to act like all ghetto hood chick right now. And, what were you doing there, Lucian? We going to talk about this. And he like, well, you right. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about it before we go into the house. And she's like, what was you doing there? Why was you there? He was like, look, calm down, first of all. You up here with all this foolishness. She called me to help her with Randall because Randall was playing the music real loud. What you mean she called you? She called, and on my way home, I rolled past, and I stopped. I was on my way home, and I stopped before I got home. Well, why she call you? How'd she get your phone number? And he was like, all your friends called me. You gave all of them my phone number. And she was like, oh, that's true. Key thing, you don't give your friends your man number, okay? They don't need to have your man number. The only person who need to have your man number is your mama. Your mama, maybe your sister, in case something pop off. But all your little neighborhood neighbors, they don't need your man's phone number, not at all. Because you know what can happen? They can start sleeping with him. Okay? So, Natalie, if you didn't give all your friends his number, that's your fault that you put them in connection with your man. Not my man. No, sir, no, ma'am, no, thank you. So, she's like, are you sleeping with her? Are you sleeping with her? Why were you there? And she just kept asking the same questions. And he laughed, and he was all pissed off. He's like, no, I'm not sleeping with her. I respect you too much to be doing that. I told you what happened, and you pissed me off because you questioned my integrity. Which she is. She consistently thinks Lucian is cheating on her. And it's old and it's tired. And, he then say to her, I can't believe you letting Randall get in your head. I didn't let Randall do nothing. He was like, how did you know I was there? Oh, well, he texted me. He was like, well, how'd he get your phone number? Is you sleeping with Randall? Come on, Lucy. Why would you think that? Of course. He like, but you asking me if I'm sleeping with Alex because she sleep with everybody, man. I'm like, well, technically, she only slept with Marky's man. Technically. She then like, is that your baby? And he like, that's some bullshit. No, it's not, baby. Again, it was bullshit back and forth. He was telling her that she need to cut that bullshit out and that she's out of control. I'm not out of control. Don't say that. Yes, you are, because you are outside in the middle of the night in your goddamn pajamas and you accusing this man of sleeping with your neighbor just because the other crazy neighbor told you that he was over there. That's why my mouth be dry, because I'm talking about all this bull crap. So, he tell her that she dead ass wrong because she was dead ass wrong. My thing is, you have to trust your man, point blank, period. Now, should he have told Natalie that he was going to Alex's house first? Yes, he should have. Just because he know Natalie is crazy. However, you can't let the crazy neighbor make you think your man cheating on you. Because if you do, you don't trust your man. Okay? That's his thing to tell you. So, they kind of let it go or whatnot. And then she's like, we need to talk about justice. Okay? He confessed to killing Ramsey, and he in the house, and you need to go talk to him. And he like, what? Really? And he like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to him. And she's like, no, you know what? Let's just wait till the morning. It's late. We'll go to sleep. We'll talk to him in the morning. So, it was that whole thing. Next, there was a little scene where, Kelly's lawyer's talking to her. And, he thinks, you really think it's Travis. So we know that she done told him that she think Travis is the one who did all of this stuff, which we all think too. But I'm starting to think that maybe Travis didn't do it because that's too predictable. You know what I'm saying? It's just too predictable. But Tyler Perry sometimes is predictable, so, who knows. He lets her know that she probably would have to stay in jail overnight. And of course she's not happy about that. She wants to go home to her son. But he like, I'm gonna work on it and I'll let you know. It's pretty late, so I can't get a judge right now, but we'll see what we can do. And he's like, oh yeah, and then we cost $300 an hour. I can't afford that. And he was like, Lucian didn't tell me that. And so she's like, yeah, I can't afford that right now. So he's like, I'm doing this as a favor for Lucian. So I'll talk to him and see, what's going to happen or whatever. And we have that little scene. What else do we have? There's a little scene where Steven, the guy who's really FBI, he's also like is he the captain now? Because the other captain been gone. But Stephen goes in to talk to Eddie. He basically just brings him some food. Like, here, have some food. It's on us. You know what I'm saying? Be merry. And again, all Eddie trying to do is get him to admit that he's the FBI. And, of course, Stephen ain't going to admit it. But Eddie does say to them, you know what? I'm going to sing like a canary when they get in here. And I'm going to tell them, that you and Lucian was doing all this stuff. And that y'all was taking bribes and shooting people. And y'all was the reason that all the cadets and all the rookies was getting killed. And Steve was like, well, there's only one issue with that. Me and Lucian wasn't here when that happened. He was like, no, Lucian wasn't here when it happened. But your ass was. So, I'm going to, if I go down, you going down with me. But I'm looking like, whatever, Eddie. And, that was all that happened with that. So, that was the only Eddie scene that we had in this particular episode. So, the next we have, Natalie is in the bed asleep. Her and Lucian's asleep. And she can't sleep. Lucian's sleeping like, cause he tired. He didn't have Eddie arrested. He didn't help Kelly. He didn't talk to Esperanza. He just did all. He didn't have no Rando. Lucian is tired. He's been doing he's been the 911 operator of the whole goddamn on Maxine City. And so he's sleeping like a little, he's snug as a bug in a rug. And Natalie come waking him up like, Lucian, you sleep? And I'm like, well, you see he sleeps, so what you asking him that for? So he like, yeah, what's going on? So she like, she can't sleep because it's a cold-blooded killer in the room. Now, first of all, you don't think Justice is really a cold-blooded killer. If you thought he really did it, you would have had him arrested. Not only that, if you thought he was a cold-blooded killer, you would not have left him in the hospital with children. You would have been up, like, you know what, Justice, come sleep in this chair in our room. We're going to watch you all night. You know damn well he didn't do it. And, just Lucian is saying, just go to bed, it's okay. And she's like, he didn't do it. Yeah, I don't think he did it. And she's like, he knew too many details. And he like, what kind of details? And she's like, well, he said that he stabbed him in the shower, in the bathroom. And, that he stabbed him a whole bunch of times or whatever. So Lucian kind of gets up and hears that he calls Ian. Of course, Ian is leaving the precinct. And, he tells Ian, hey, I need to tell you something that Kelly's son Justice is saying he did it. He's like, what? Isn't he 10? And then he's like, yeah, but he's saying that he did it, so I need to come over and talk to him. Because, of course, he's his mom's lawyer. So he said, okay, I'll come in the morning. Now, my thing is, Lucian, you're a cop. You're also an FBI agent. So my thing is, I'm guessing because he feel like he don't think Justice did it, that's why he's not worried about it. Because I'm like, isn't this something y'all should be doing? Like, shouldn't y'all be, like, asking him, are you sure you did it? Did someone tell you did it? Like, what kind of knife did you use? You know what I'm saying? Ask him those kind of questions. Because we know Justice didn't do this crap. But if Justice did, what if Justice did it because Travis told him to do it? That's the way to get back at Kelly. So, now they're like, okay, Ian gonna come over in the morning. And Lucian like, okay, I'm going back to bed. And Natalie like, I'm not. I'm up. I'm watching him. I'm staying woke. And she sit up in the bed and she just sitting there watching. My thing is, if he a killer, he gonna kill you whether you alive or dead. I mean, alive or asleep. I mean, if he said he killed Ramsey, a grown man, in the shower, what you think gonna happen to you, Natalie? He gonna just murder you too. So, we see Brad is back from after fixing Marcy's tire, and him and Alex is basically having a conversation. And he's like, okay, how, you okay? Because, he left to go change Marcy's tire, and all this bullshit happened. And she's like, oh, I'm okay. And he's like, no, what happened? Something's wrong. And then she's like, well, no, Rando was playing his music really loud, but I had Lucius come and, my gray hairs, Lord Jesus. I got Lucian came, and he kind of got it under control. So he's like, is that it? And she was like, no, there's something else I need to tell you. She then finally confesses to him that, the DNA test came back saying that Randall isn't the baby's father. And he looked like, what? And she's like, I was only with you and him, so I just know there must have been a mix-up with the test, but Randall doesn't know that. And he like, are you sure you was only with me and him? And then she's like, yeah, I promise you, I swear. And he's like, you promised and swore to me before, you still cheated. Yes, she did. Over and over and over again. And, she's like, I think there was a mix-up. I think maybe my doctor, who knew how much Randall was harassing and stalking me and going crazy, maybe have switched the DNA test or something, because that's the only thing that makes sense, because again, I wasn't with anyone else, and the baby clearly isn't yours. I'm like, look, how do we not know Brad or Alex got some blackness in their system, and that's why the baby came out, you know what I'm saying, black? Because I just don't see her doctor doing that. I don't. I wonder. I don't know. I just don't see her doctor doing that, because her doctor seemed like she kind of followed the rules to the point to where she not going to do anything to jeopardize herself. And doing that would jeopardize herself. And that's just my point of view. So, she like, but Randall don't know that the test was wrong. He thinks it's not his baby. And then she was like, oh yeah, he thinks it's Lucian's baby. Brad like, God damn it, Alex, what? He's like, you have to tell him. You can't keep dealing with that stuff. And she's like, no, I'm going to go down to see my doctor. I'm going to, figure out if she did that to help me. I'm going to talk to her about it because, I just, it was a mistake. And I kind of want to leave it at that. So, she said she's going to go see a doctor the next day. What else happened? I don't even think much else happened after that. We see Ian going to see Lucian and the baby or whatever. He stops and he sees a purple house. They got some colorful houses, and of course it's on Lucian in the block. So when he see the house is vacant, he calls Marcy, because remember, he told Marcy he looking for a house. So he called her like, yeah, hey, remember us meeting from the other day? I found, I wanted to look at some houses. So she's like, well, okay, well, let me know what you're looking for. He's like, you know what? I think I already found what I want. And she's like, well, what's the address? And then he gives the address, and of course, it's on May Street. And she was like, oh, and whatever the city was, in Maxine. And he's like, yeah, you know it? And she's like, yeah, you stay across the street. I didn't know that they had listed the house or whatever. So they basically just planned to meet up to see the house. So next we see Ian go talk to Justice. Now, they got Justice sitting at the table, and he like, okay, Justice, so tell Ian, this is your mom's lawyer. He's like, is my mom okay? Have you talked to her? She okay? And he's like, yeah, she's okay. Is she coming home? And he was like, we're working on it. I'm working real hard on that. And he was like, okay. So they sit down, and Lucia's like, tell Ian, what you told Natalie. And he was like, what? That I killed him? And then they looking like he just gonna keep saying it all casual like. And then he was like, yeah, that, tell him what happened. He's like, well, I came, tell him how you did it. Well, I came in the back door and I stabbed him. He was in the shower. I stabbed him through the shower curtain. Man, he just talking like this matter-of-factly. And Ian like, really? So Lucian looking, Ian looking, and Natalie looking like, I told you the little motherfucker is a killer. So he's like, well, what else, how many times did you do it? He was like, 52. I stabbed him 52 times. I'm like, oh my God. They got stabbed 52 times. Lord Jesus. They took Ramsey out. Oh my God. He was so cute. Anywho, so he's like, and you did it by yourself? And he's like, yeah, it was just me. He's like, well, why did you do it? Well, I was mad at him. He was going to take my mom away. And, so I killed him. I'm just like, Justice, what's wrong with you? And, Ian like, oh, okay. Well, all right, I'm going to leave now. We're going to handle this later. So, he leave, Justice and Natalie didn't sit there, and then Lucian, and they go out talking. And, they both saying they don't think he did it. Lucian is like, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. And Ian said, well, yeah, I don't think he did it. But, he had too many details. He's like, look at this. So he pulls out the little report or whatever, and it does show that Ramsey was stabbed 52 times. And I think Lucian then said that means whoever did it was counting. Because, how else would Justice know how many times the stab was? Because, of course, Lucian is like, Justice didn't do it. But he know whoever did it is feeding him this information and counting how many stab wounds it was. Because sometimes if you kill someone within the heat of a moment, you don't count the stab wounds because you just stabbing. But if you like 1, 2, 3, 4, however you stab people. I don't know. I ain't never stabbed nobody. But yeah, to know how many stab wounds it was. And because a person will you say, oh, I stabbed them about 20 times. And they be like, no, it was actually 25. So, you know, that's a thing. But to say 52 and that was the exact amount of stab wounds. And then, you know, he like, well, how would he do that? He's a kid. He's 10. He couldn't do that to that grown man. And Ian like, well, I don't know. They said that the first stab wound was to the kidneys and that incapacitated him. So he could have stabbed him there and then kept going. But he like, you know, you're right. We're going to get it figured out. And, you know, I'm going to go talk to Kelly and, you know, see what happens. So Ian goes see Kelly. You know, he let her know. What? So, yeah. But anyway, I got confused. So, yeah, he does see Kelly. He gives Kelly bail, basically. But he lets Kelly know, like, for her to be bailed out, she got to pay a 10% of, like, $500,000. It's like, I don't have $50,000. They're like, you know, your credit cards. She's like, my limit ain't that high. He was like, well, you know, your house. And she's like, well, yeah, I have a little equity in my house. So he like, okay, you got to put your house up. And he called the bail bondsman. So Kelly will be out the next episode, or at least the next 2 episodes. However, he then says, does Justice know Ramsey? And she was like, well, you've met him maybe like once, maybe twice. And he was like, did he not like him? And she was like, what? You know, he didn't even know him. What are you talking about? He was like, why did your son stab a kid in school with a pencil? And then she was like, why are you asking me these questions? Are you trying to say that my son did this? And he was like, well, I don't know. You know, we're trying to figure some things out. And she was like, no. Justice did not do this. He did not do this. It wasn't me. It wasn't Justice. And then he's like, well, I don't know. He told me and Lucian that he did it and he had details. And she's like, what? I gotta get out of here. He didn't do it. Get me out of here. Hurry up. Get me out. And he's like, all right, I'm working on it. You know, I'll let you know when everything is set. And then he leaves out or whatever. I think I have my iPod today. The only other scene that we have is really that, you know, Brad wakes up and the baby wakes him up. The baby was crying. So Brad get out the bed. You know, Kelly's in the bathroom or whatever. So Brad picks the little baby up and picks up the black baby. I shouldn't have said that properly. And, you know, the baby stops crying. So Kelly comes out the bathroom and she's kind of looking at them because it was, I guess, a pretty sight or whatever. And he's like, oh, yeah, you know, the baby was crying. And she's like, well, yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to, you know, finish getting cleaned up before I got him. He's like, all right, you know, what time is the kids gone? And she's like, yeah, I got them off of school already. You know, I didn't want... He's like, well, why didn't you wake me? And she's like, well, I didn't want them to see you here. And I thought to myself, but ain't the kids gonna see they daddy car outside? That's just my thought process, but I don't know. You know, it is what it is. So she's like, yeah, I don't want them seeing you here and them to get the wrong impression if you're not gonna stay. You know, do you want to stay here? And he's like, well, yeah. And she's like, well, yeah, I want you to stay. All that little sappy shit. So she's going to see the doctor, of course. So we had the whole thing. She leave out, and who, of course, is out there waiting on her ass the minute she leave her door? Randall crazy self. So Randall like, hey, whore. First of all, I mean, who says hey, whore to somebody? I mean, saying hey, whore is crazy. You know, he come up to her car like, oh, let me see the baby. She slams the door like, you know, get away from my car, leave. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to make your life a living hell for the rest of your life. And my thing I keep thinking is, why has no one went and got a dang on order of protection against him? I mean, he's clearly harassing them. With this day and age of cell phone technology and cameras, why have y'all not got him on camera harassing y'all? To get a PPO against him and get his ass arrested for harassment. That is the common sense thing to do. Oh, I'm not, because I'm getting tired of it. Every time she opened the door, here he comes. Randall's only, it's just getting old, it's getting tired. So, basically, she pulled off, like, get away from my car, you know, I don't care, leave me be. And that's basically all that it was. Now, the last thing that we see is Marcy is at the doctor. You know, as we know, she's pregnant too. And the doctor just lets her know her pregnancy is going good. The baby is healthy. And, you know, she'll see her in 4 weeks. And when she sees her in 4 weeks, she can let her know if she's having a boy or a girl. And Marcy's like, well, I don't know. I haven't made the decision yet. So, you know, I'll let you know. So when she goes out, of course she runs into Alex at the goddamn elevator. But my thing is, how they run into each other if they're going to see the same doctor? Like, wouldn't they not be both going to the elevator? Because if Marcy just left the doctor's office, and Alex is going to the doctor's office, they wouldn't be both waiting for the same elevator. But that's just me. So, you know, Alex is basically telling her, you know, leave Brad alone. Leave me alone. You know, stop harassing us, because Marcy like, oh, let me see the baby. You know, Marcy Patty is all outdoors, and, you know, Alex don't like it. And then she's like, you know what? If you don't stop messing with my husband, stop calling him at night and, you know, messing with us, I'm going to tell Randall that you're pregnant. Now, first of all, Alex get on my motherfucking nerve, because this whole everything that's going on is all her and Randall's fault. So my thing is, you shouldn't be threatening nobody, okay? Your ass is dealing with that old white entitlement. Even though I fucked up everybody's life, you know, no one should, you know, do me wrong in any kind of way. You slept with that man and he was married. His wife has every reason to hate you, because you and him did that. She hates her husband and she also hates you. That's what I respect about Marcy. She's an equal opportunity hater. She hates her husband for what he did, and she also hates the whore that slept with her husband. She has every right to feel that way. But Alex irks my nerves when she feels like she has this sense of entitlement, like, you know, Brad should only love her. Brad should not talk to Marcy anymore. You know, Marcy should not be upset with her. Look, you caused a cycle of dysfunction to happen within everyone. So it's your fault that Marcy and your husband are even in this weird conundrum of fuckery and bullshit. Because if you did not sleep with Randall, Brad and Marcy would not have had we hate you revenge sex with each other to get back at y'all two. And then to threaten Marcy that you're gonna tell Randall. So y'all both gonna be going through the same shit? Like, y'all both gonna be doing that? The difference is, Marcy can, if she wanted to, she can have an abortion. If she wanted to, she can leave and never come back, because she can't force Marcy to do anything. My thing is, I would have said to Alex, I will shoot you dead. It's not nice. Anywho, you know, but Marcy not paying her no mind. Marcy like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you tell Randall, I will come after your husband at full force. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it. That's what's going to go down. And Alex then says, I'm telling you, I'm going to tell him. And then when she says that, the elevator door is open, and guess who just happened to be standing there? Randall. Why is Randall at the hospital on the same floor with them? Is there no other floors? Like, where is he going? And he like, tell who what? What you do now? Looking at Marcy. Are y'all gonna team up against me now? Oh my God. So, and that's how the episode went off. So, I mean, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. We know how Tyler Perry be. But I need them to, because again, and Marcy is trying to not convince, but she's saying that she's not even pregnant by Randall. She's saying that she's pregnant by Brad. And Alex was like, that's not possible, boo-boo, because he had a vasectomy, and even if it did work, I can count, and I know that it wouldn't be his baby. Marcy was like, you can count my weeks, but you can't count your own. Because remember, Alex kept saying that baby was Brad baby, and that baby ain't Brad baby. So yeah, you can count the weeks so good that you couldn't count your own, but you can count my weeks. Girl, bye. I was just like, okay, Marcy, let her know you can't be counting my coochie days. And, you know, so it was, you know, that's how it basically went off. So that's my review of The Have and Have Nots. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am about to watch Tales on BET. I will be reviewing that next. And until next time, everyone, I'm so tongue-tied. I am Jay Lee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Peace.